Today we're starting 5.7, curve fitting with quadratic models. What we're going to do is we're going to find a quadratic function whose graph contains the points 1, 3, 2, negative 3, 6, 13. You don't have to use graph paper, just make a simple graph on your paper. Make a graph and plot those 3 points. When I plot these points, 1, 3, to the right 1, up 3 is my first one. Second one's over 2, down 3. And the next one is over 6 and up 13. So it's up there. There's 3 points. Can you tell me the equation of that parabola? I can connect these points, and there is a parabola that will go through them. Messed that up. That's close enough. I want the equation for that line. Can you do that easily? No, it's hard. Remember earlier in the year we did linear ones, straight lines, we could find it by slope. Doing a quadratic this way, it's a lot harder. Okay, this is just the same exact thing. Get out your calculators. What we're going to do first is put your values into L1 and L2. Do you remember how to do this from earlier in the year when we did linear regressions? Stat, and then edit. You might have stuff in L1, you might have stuff in L2. If you have stuff in L1 and L2, go up to L1 and hit clear, then enter. Go up to L2, hit clear, and then enter. Do not hit delete. If you hit delete, you actually delete L1. Yeah. First one's X's are L1, the Y's are L2. So what are my values for the X's? What was it? 1, 2, and 6. What were my Y values? 3, negative 3, and make sure you use the negative and not the minus. If you put the minus on a 3, it's going to give you an error. And the last one was 13. So I have all 3 points put into the calculator. That looks better. Press Stat. Go over to Calc. Early in the year, we did linear regression. Now we're going to do quadratic regression. So hit 5. Okay? It just says quad reg. Don't hit anything else yet. Hit second. Second enter. Or you can just go back to stat. Okay. Second, 1. That puts in L1. You need to put the comma. The comma's above the 7. Now press second, 2. That tells the calculator your values are in L1 and L2. Once it says quad L1, comma L2, hit enter. Comma's above the 7. When you press enter, you should get this on the screen. says y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. That is the basic quadratic formula. You didn't get the r, that's fine. I'll go over that in a minute. I have y equals, what's my equation? 2x squared minus 12x plus 13. Y equals 2x squared minus 12x plus 13. There's your equation. You're probably not going to have the r squared. Your calculator doesn't have it on there. A couple of you just said, if I went, let me get out of the, or clear this, and you just went stat, calc, 5, and press enter. Yes, it does tell me the correct thing. I have a problem. There's one problem. Let's put some new values. Let's put some new values. Give me some values for L3. 3, 5, 7, 4. I don't know. Over. Give me some y values. 2, 10, 9. I have no idea what this is going to look like. And negative 2. Stat, calc, quad regression. If I just hit enter, what does it tell me? The same thing. Right. I need it to be, if I do stat, calc, 5, second 3 is L3, comma, second 4 is L4. Yeah, we just made random numbers, so it's probably not going to be pretty. If your stuff's in L1 and L2, you don't have to tell it it's in L1 and L2. But if you have stuff in 3 and 4 you need to use, you have to make sure you tell it's in 3 and 4. Yeah, I don't even want to. We just write point or negative 0.3 x squared plus 5.4 x minus 13.4. You have decimals. You don't have to put the L1, L2 if your stuff's in L1, L2. But if I can get you in the habit of always doing that, you're not going to make a mistake later. We're going to find a quadratic function for this. These dots. So draw the pattern on your paper so you have it in your notes. This is my first one, second, third, fourth. How many dots are in my first one? And the next one? 3. The next one? The next ones. We want to find the equation for this. What do you think we have to do? Put them into L1 and L2. So stat, edit, I can just type right over. What's going to be L1 and what's going to be L2? The ones on the bottom are my L1s because this is my first one, this is my second one, this is my third one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have 1, 3, 6, 10. How do I find the equation? Stat, calc, 5. Where did we put our stuff? L1 and L2. So I don't have to, but I can. Second 1, comma, second 2, enter. This equation is y equals 0.5 x squared plus 0.5 x plus 0. You can leave these in decimals, all right? I'm not going to make you change this to half. Yes? Don't change the decimals. You either read them as a decimal or a fraction, and since the calculator's telling them to you as a decimal, leave them as a decimal. We'll get into that later. Yep. That's it. That's what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is find the model that goes along with it. Open your books to page 327. We have this chart right here. What this is talking about is the stopping distance on concrete, dry concrete. If you're going 20 miles per hour, the first thing you start braking, it takes you, first thing you do is 22 feet, and it takes a total of 44 feet to come to a complete stop. Yeah. What we're going to do is make a scatter plot for stopping distance versus speed. So we want to know is how fast you're driving and how long does it do you travel by the time you press the brake to comes to a complete stop. What's going to be L1? Speed's the L1. Stopping distance is going to be L2. So put them into L1, L2, find out what the equation is. In my L1, I'm going to put 20, 30, 40, 50, and in my L2s, 44, 83, 132, 193, 264, and 347. They should be lined up. You should have the same amount on both. If not, you're going to get an error. What do I press? Stat, Calc, 5, second 1, comma, second 2, enter. This equation is y equals. I'm gonna actually use 0.1 x squared plus 1.1 x plus 0.1. That's your equation. Going out to the hundredth would probably be better on this one, if not thousandth. Because look, I have 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 pretty much. I know the middle one's 1.1. Now I'm going to show you how to tell that you did it correctly. Second, y equals. We did this in the past. Second y equals, turn the plot on. Where's our information? In L1 and L2, so I'm fine. Zoom. Zoom. I'm going to use stat. There's my graph. And actually, let's... You should. I had something in mind. I'm trying to see which zoom is the best. Hit y equals. Never turned on. Y equals, now put in your equation. 0.1 x squared plus 1.1 x plus 0.1. And then press graph. You should have dots and lines. You already have it. Your stat plot's turned on. You have your equation typed in. Hit zoom, stat. Those dots are our original points. Okay. Our equation, does it go exactly through those points? Why doesn't it go through the points exactly? Because we rounded. Did you use thousandths? Clayton, what did you write as your equation? All right, I got to type on the computer. Zero 0.055 x squared 1.104 x plus 0.057. Now I'm going to show you both graphs at the same time. This is right. This is because we rounded. We use the tenth and we're off. 1,000th, look at it. It's almost perfect.
So like with the research,
they would do thousandths or more. The more you round, the more you're off. Like if I did hundredths, where's that one probably going to be? In between both. So what I want you to do is try to use thousandths. I want you to see how off tenths were. Thousandths, you're getting close. Any questions on this? That's all there is for this lesson. It's all calculator.